Hello, I just wanted to make a quick video and kind of show off some of the drawings I've been doing. I've been a while since I did a drawing video or shared my artwork on this channel. So first up, we have a I did two FNAF drawings with my with this pen. It's a calligraphy pen, dip pen. So I was trying to mimic like Junji Ito's horror style with the hatching and cross hatching. So here we have Twisted Bonnie from the Twisted Ones novel, the artwork. I based it off the promotional artwork that they did for it. This one took me like a few hours. It didn't take me that long, just a few hours. See if you can bring it closer. Maybe you can see the cross hatching detail I did of it. And then the next one I did was a Fredbear, but you probably can't tell because he's not gold. You know, he's black and white. But this is my Fredbear. This one took me yeah, about the same amount of time, I would say, as Bonnie. And again, I was just trying to really get in with the practice with the cross hatching. The hardest part of doing these type of drawings isn't necessarily like actually cross hatching, like doing the line work. The hardest part is deciding like when to stop or like what shape of the line, because when you cross hatch, you are doing the shading, but you're also creating the form, and so it was kind of tricky deciding like which lines I wanted to put to kind of create the form, and trying to make the shadows uniform. Like for example, like let me bring it up closer so you can see the detail maybe a little better. Like I think I did a decent job in this area, kind of creating the lines to show like his head is round, but like here in the cheek, I think it really feels flat because I think I just added too many like intersecting lines that it makes it feel like a grid rather than like a flat grid instead of like a curving cheek. But I think that's I think the tricky part of doing cross hatching like this is to keep the lines consistent, like consistently dark and consistently spaced, and have the lines have consistent thickness. Like you can see up here, like one line is a little bit thicker than the rest coming down, and right here another line's just kind of thick, and yeah, but I think even harder than that is actually deciding which, like, picking the lines to create the form. I think is even harder than that, because I think with practice, like just making like lines over and over again, I'm gonna become better at spacing my lines, keeping the thickness and the darkness the same, but like actually deciding how I want the lines to create the form of the image. I think is going to be a little bit more difficult. I think that will require more study than just trial and error. But we'll see. Now, these ones I didn't finish with ink, but I did a few Deltarune fan drawings, which I really like. These are all based off of famous paintings slash illustrations. So this one I believe is by Doré. This is Dante and Virgil going to the ninth circle of hell. But of course, these are Deltarune characters, so it's Chris and Noel in the ninth circle of Snowgrave, right? So the reason why I chose this painting and these two characters, because when I first saw my brother play the Snowgrave route in the chapter 2 of Deltarune, the way I would describe it is, it felt like you were, as the player, you were kind of guiding Noel into hell, like into a hell. It was really quite sinister in that way, and I think it's just, of course, Chris is Virgil, and Noel is Dante, and like Virgil is taking Dante into hell. Virgil is guiding Dante through hell, and like Chris is guiding Noel through hell, through Snowgrave, through the Snowgrave route. Which I think the parallels are pretty good. The next one I did, I was probably my least favorite out of all the Deltarune drawings that are based off of classical art. This is based off of Doré, another Doré drawing illustration. This is Spamton Neo as Satan in Paradise Lost. So this is based off of, I believe, in the original painting illustration, Satan just got kicked out of heaven, and so he's very defeated. He's like on Earth, right? Like clinging onto a wall. Like his plans just blew up in his face, and now he's like wallowing in his own defeat. And so this is Spamton Neo, so you can see the strings and the wings. This is after he wakes up in his puppet body, and it is like the same thing where his plans have blown up in his face. His desire to be greater than who he is has failed. Like Satan wants to be the greatest angel, he wants to be greater than God, but his plans fail. And so in the same way, like Spamton wants to be a big shot, he wants control over his life, he wants to be able to call his shots, but his plans fail because he just ends up becoming more of a puppet. And so he's, again, in kind of the same defeated pose, which is why I chose this one. But this is probably my least favorite of the ones I did. Now, the next one is my favorite. This one took a little bit of effort. This is based off, I forget who the painter is, but you probably have seen this before. This is based off of a painting of the betrayal of Julius Caesar. You probably have heard the famous line, like, et tu, Brute, like, even you, Brute. So this is Susie being betrayed. Of course, we have Susie, we have Carol, and the Knight. But the real betrayal comes from Chris, right? So I guess I imagined that at some point in the Snowgrave route, we're going to have to fight Susie. We're going to betray the party, and we see Rouse in the background, like shocked, like saying, like, "No, don't." And I drew a tear on Chris's face because obviously in the Snowgrave route, if we do ever kill or betray Susie, it won't be, I don't think it will be because of Chris's, like, Chris won't choose that. It'll be us, the player, forcing Chris to do that. So I think, the tears of Chris, like, not wanting to do it. But I really like this one. It's really fun. And if you know the painting, like, there's a lot more to it. There's a lot more people, like, with knives, and there's a lot more people in the background. But I just couldn't think of, like, who else should be in the background. Like, or, like, who else should be stabbing Susie, like maybe I was considering putting Noel, because in the Snowgrave route, which is this is like depicting like, I believe in the Snowgrave route we're gonna betray Susie, and of course in the Snowgrave route, like, Noel is being corrupted, so I think it makes sense for Noel also to be there. But I think it's just more cleaner if it's if we leave Noel out, because I think if I put Noel in, people will be like, well, why is Noel stabbing Susie? Like, Noel likes Susie, and I would have to explain it, like, no, it's because of the Snowgrave route, and blah 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 blah. And I think it's just, as a story, it's more cleaner if we leave Noel out. So I don't really know what to put into the image. And the last one I did is based off of I forget his name, but I think the painting is just called Fallen Angel. Honestly, it's one of my favorite paintings. Classical paintings ever. You've definitely seen this. This is another one that's based off of Satan and based off Paradise Lost. So this is Chris, and posing in the same kind of pose. And so if you've seen this painting, you know exactly what it's supposed to be. It's Satan after, again, another one where Satan loses. He gets kicked out of heaven, but this one I think is a lot more interesting than the Doré illustration, because like, on his face, there's so much anger and, like, resentment, but he's, like, trying to hide it, like, hide his face under his arm. But when you kind of zoom away from his face and look at his pose, like, Satan is very curled up like a child, like a pouting child who was was doing something bad, but then he got caught, and now he's, like, in his room, like, you know, like angry that he got caught doing like the bad thing, and so that painting I really like it because there's so much emotion and honestly it's like a little bit humorous, and very very dramatic. So if you read the line, "He's only 1 HP, Chris," of course this is based off of the meme of like when Chris comes home and finds Sans the skeleton hanging out with Toriel, his mom. Obviously, he's kind of upset about that, and of course, the meme of like the players like, "Hey, like he's only 1 HP. Like I know how to kill this guy if you want to just get rid of him." And so this is like Chris in his room plotting, like thinking, like in anger and in like thinking about it, like yeah, like maybe we do kill him. But that's it. That's all the drawings I want to share. I did do more drawing, but they're really like just scribbles, really, or doodles. More doodles. These ones here, I might pen them. I might try to color them. It's just, especially this one. I think every amateur artist can relate to this. But whenever you do like a pencil drawing that you really like, your biggest concern is like, if I pen it and if I color it, like will I ruin it? Because my coloring skills are not as good as like here, like this is my coloring skills. Like it's not very good. Like I'm not very good at coloring things or like. So I tend to avoid it because whenever I do a drawing that I actually like, I'm afraid of like ruining the drawing. Like, here's another thing I colored. This is actually I actually forget who this character was. I did this a long time ago. I did this in 2024. That's like the last time I actually colored something was in April 2024. Just because, you know, like I said, it's just drawings. Like taking the effort to actually draw something. And then you're like, man, if I color it, it could make it look better, but then it also could like make it look worse. And that would really suck to spend so much time on a drawing and then to color it. But that's probably one of my biggest problems is my fear of messing things up. But that's it. I just want to talk about those drawings. Maybe I'll make more videos in the future. I actually got a request from Ethan, and Ethan, if you're watching, you know who you are, to do another pepper video. He seemed to really like that one, the one where I ate the pepper. I think it was a ghost pepper, and I burned my mouth, and then I read the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise. But so he wants me to do another pepper video, but I'm like, well, number one, I don't know what it would be about. Just me eating like me eating the pepper, then doing what? I don't know. And number two is I just don't want to eat the pepper, another pepper, because man, that last one really hurt. But I'll consider it, because since he's like the only, you know, it's not often that I get a fan to a fan in quotation marks to, you know, request something from me. But maybe I'll do it. But that's it. All right.